you're a brand new mom and you're a brand new family, right? You brought your child home, your baby home, and there's no operating manual. you're
Nope.
literally you're literally oh, okay, what do I do now, right? Who would you reach to at 2 o'clock in the morning when the baby can't sleep? Who would you reach? Who would you reach out? So there's a need for a virtual assistant that's available to say, let me log in, let me tell her who I am. I've got my baby records here. I can see I'm dealing with I don't know, a child that's pretty normal. Maybe it's having some kind of other issues, nutrition or something, and you can start the conversation with it and say, hey, baby, it's not sleeping well. Last time I fed, and the bot can go back and forth and get some information and help you decide whether, hey, maybe we should be coming into the emergency room. Maybe the bot can go ahead. This sounds pretty important based on what you've told me. Let me connect you somebody live to address that situation. Or the other time is, look, this is perfectly normal. These are the kind of things to expect.
You need a holiday. Yeah. So we have our digital, we have a platform where you can request a holiday, but to request a holiday for that platform, you have to open your laptop, go to website, enter your password, fill in the data, and so on. It will take time. What conversational AI brings technology closer to the user, because all you have to do to ask for a holiday, it is just to open the Teams, because you have it on the phone, and say it in a natural language, I want a holiday. When? Tomorrow. And the conversational AI will do it for you. And that's it.
It's just amazing the opportunities that we have. So as a student, it's great for me to know that a faculty member at the school can call up the conversational AI and say, hey, Druid bot, I have to cancel class tonight. And the bot say, well, would you like to cancel session 1 or session 2? Well, session 2 for tonight or for the rest of the semester? Just for tonight. All right, great. Anything else? No. And when it finishes that instructor is able to do that in a second. A note goes to the university saying, hey, that instructor canceled another class. That's good or bad. A note goes to somebody in the building that says, could you go put a sign on my door? Right? Because somebody's going to miss the text message that comes to them. But also press C for the text message that you got it. And then the bot can send me back a note later saying every student in that section confirmed that they know class was canceled. No one student is going to go out of their way to get to class tonight and be angry that you weren't there.
And now we have robots not only in HR, after finance and HR initial projects, we have them everywhere these days. In terms of external customers, we are now using them in call center, in our internet, web or mobile phone applications, everywhere. People can just easily access, to see information that they want, a statement of account, the balance of their accounts, the next mortgage date, or whatever they need to do, not necessarily going through the app, but just quickly to the chatbot.
How do we start to really truly leverage all of the data that's coming from connected devices? And how do we, insurance has so much data. When you look back at the longevity of policies in certain scenarios, we don't have the infrastructure to necessarily bring it in, make sense of it, and drive decisions that are going to really truly change our path and how we go about things like new product development and that kind of thing, without doing some groundwork to get us there. And so I think a lot of people are asking the question of so how do we make sense of all of this data? How do we leverage it? And how does that change our product development? How do we shift from just responding to risk to being able to predict it and prevent it?
We wanted to put the telephony system with the Irish Revenue Commissioner at the time. The rationale for them wanting to kind of put a conversational AI system was that it was a new tax that they had created in Ireland, and suddenly this particular tax was impacting the older generation, which were not in their working life any longer, and therefore, you know, much more old-fashioned way of dealing with that particular tax. Yeah. Because, you know, the people were just in retirement, basically. And that particular tax introduction created quite a bit of a volume of queries coming in on phone calls. And we started to create this conversational AI system. We were going to go live for 1 week to start, you know, capturing all those data and those experiences and learn, you know, how, you know, what we needed to adjust and things like that. And then we never switched off the system. But we had daily review, daily learning sessions and things like that. And, you know, one of our biggest success is we had an 85-year-old lady, which was one of the first user of the systems, and she went through and everything got sorted. She got the tax code on whatever she needed, and she was in a special scenario of being disabled. So, you know, in that particular interaction, we solved the problem spot on.